Hey kids, so you just went with me to Rare Plant Research, a local wholesale nursery in Oregon City. It's about a half hour from my house. And once a year they open up to the public. And so we went to see what they had, and boy, did they have some cool stuff. You saw like the tip of the iceberg in the video. I'm going to show you some stuff that I picked up. I figure we should have a little bit of a haul because why not? You know, I want to show you some of the cool stuff I got. So hang on to your seats and come look at some cool plants. Before I show you the cool stuff that we saw in the greenhouses that I picked up, they had a little vendor there that did some houseplants, and there were some pretty rare, interesting, not easy to find houseplants. And so I picked up a couple of those because I'm a sucker for a good houseplant. So the first things we got is a Philodendron camposportanum. Camposportanum. Say that a couple times fast and see if you can manage it, because it's a tongue twister. It's a type of philodendron, whatever. And it's a cutie. It's a little one. When these things get big, they get little bunny ear lobes. They're really cute. And so I'm looking forward to maturing this guy out and getting him some little bunny ears on his leaves. I love myself a good philodendron. Who doesn't? They're great plants. They're always easy to take care of for the most part, and they're always very rewarding growers. But this guy is adorable. Look at his leaves. They are that shimmery. You can kind of see how shimmery they are. They're a little thin, so it looks like he's going to need a little bit more water than most philodendrons. So I'm going to have to take some extra care to figure out how exactly to take care of him, make sure I'm not doing anything wrong with him, because I really want his ears to grow and little mature little baby bunny ears. They're really cute. They're really adorable when they're full grown. Then I also got a new alocasia. I got an alocasia watsonii. Again, it's a baby plant, so it's nothing special, but I do have a new leaf popping up here. Really excited about that. It was the last one. He had a bunch of them and they went really fast because they're really cute. And I'm just really looking forward to seeing how this guy grows out. It looks a little bit like a poly, but the veining on the leaf is really interesting and cool. And it's a little three-dimensional. I don't know, it's cutie. I think this is also going to need a lot of water. It does have kind of a thin leaf for an alocasia. But we'll see how it grows up. It may grow up and have thicker leaves when it gets a little more mature. We'll see. And then the next houseplant I got was one I've heard of it and I've seen it like online, but I've never seen it in person. It's an ice princess, an Epiprenum ice princess. I have a really nice, it's sort of the Epiprenum version of Snow Queen. I have a really, really cool Snow Queen, Epiprenum or Pothos Snow Queen. And it's sort of the same kind of variegation. You can see it's really pretty, but it's got the elongated Epiprenum kind of leaves, the pinnatum. And so I'm looking forward to growing this out. I might actually, just for fun, since it's only one cutting that's very well rooted and very healthy, I might put it on a moss pole, see if I can get the leaves to grow up and see if they fenestrate. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'll see. I'll see. I'll have to see what that is going to look like. I don't know. But those are the house plants I got. And well, everything I got is mostly a house plant. I only got 2 things for outside, but the rest of the stuff came from the Rare Plant Research growers proper, like the actual greenhouses. And the first one was this really cool Pachypodium rosulatum. And you can see this guy lost a leaf here. It's got some really cool stinging little needles on him, and it's got a little pup coming off him and a flower spike. Ooh, awesome. I'm so excited because I love it. My other Pachypodium is not doing all that hot, honestly. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I have never gotten it to flower. And so I'm excited that I get to buy one that has a flower coming in. and it looks nice and healthy. There were some bigger specimens, but I wanted the one with the flower, so that's the one that I got. But I like the little pup down there. It's so cute. Look at his little nubbin. It's so cute. All right, so that's my Pachypodium. Pachypodium is a funny word for a plant. I don't know. The next thing I got is a Hemathis difformis, which is a bulb that puts out these floppy leaves in the spring, and they last until the fall when it dies back, and it'll just be an empty bulb again. Oh, there's some old plant matter here I need to get rid of. Anyways, they had a really great selection of these. Some really healthy ones. This is a super healthy plant, and it has this habit of growing just it looks like it's parted hair. My mom said it looked like a butt. I don't know what kind of butts she's looking at, but it looks like parted hair to me. It doesn't really look like a butt. But I think it was really cool, and I'm looking forward to growing this one. I need to pot this in something nicer than this. I don't really like this pot. I might put this might be one I put in a nice feature pot, because, you know, it's cute enough that it deserves it. I don't know. I don't know much about growing it. I'll have to do some research. If you know anything about growing any of these plants, if you've grown any of them in the past, you know, kind of let me know down in the comments what I should do, what should I look out for, what pitfalls there are. Just, you know, let me know if you've ever had one of these guys and what they do. I'd really like to know, because I've seen them. Again, I've seen them online, but I've never seen one in person, and I've never grown one. So I'm interested in seeing how that goes. The next thing I got, I'm really excited about. This one, I've wanted this for a while. This has been a wish list plant for a while, and I had no idea that I would find it here. When I stumbled on it, I was like blown away, because these are pretty hard to get in the plant market, and it was really cheap. It was only like 15 bucks or something like that. But it is a Syningia leucotrichia, I think. Leucotrichia. Syningia is an easy word, but leucotrichia is a little trickier to say. So it's a Syningia leucotrichia, and that's got this really cool caudex down here, and it puts out these amazing leaves. These are so soft, you guys. Like, I can't even get over it. It feels like I'm petting my dog right now. Like, they're so soft. They're the softest plant leaves I've ever felt in my life. Softer than anything. They're so amazing. And it's just an absolutely beautiful, stunning plant. This is another one that's going to get a nice feature pot, because it does die back in the winter, which, you know, is fine. But it's got this really cool, like, bulbous tuber caudex here. It's awesome. I'm really excited about this guy. But this has been a wish list plant for a while. I've seen them in plant stores before, but they were like 45, 50 bucks, you know, if that, if not more. I mean, I've seen them at plant shows, and they were really expensive. So to get one for like 15 bucks was mind-boggling. Like, I'm blown away by how cool that is. And I'm really excited about growing this guy. So the other plants I got for outside, they're going to go in pots, so because I'm going to have to bring them in for the winter to protect them. We don't have super bad winters here in Western Oregon, the Portland area, but it does get chilly sometimes. We do have freezes sometimes, and so the next plants are a little bit tender in that situation. They're kind of borderline, and they won't come back as strong if you don't let them recharge over the winter. So the next one is a Colocasia Redemption. Look at this guy. It's nice and full and bushy, but look at the leaves on this. Let me give you a more attractive leaf. Look at the leaves on that. So pretty. They're dark and moody, and as they get more mature, they'll get like a little stripe down the center. It's really cool. The veination is really cool. I'm looking forward to putting this in a nice pot, maybe with some flowers around it. Colocasias need a ton of water, so I'm going to, like I said, pot it up with some other flowers or something like that. And I think it'll look really nice, and I don't know, I'm excited about it. And again, it was only like 15 bucks or something, maybe 20. I forget. All of the plants I got there cost me like $150 for all of them. So not like a terrible, like it wasn't super expensive or anything like that. I was really surprised. The next one is the big one. It is oh boy, look at this guy. Oh man, it's a tree. It's a Tiber China grandiflora. Yeah, grandiflora. Tiber China grandiflora. And it gets these huge purple leaves in the late summer. So I'm looking forward to putting this outside. It wants full sun. Has this really cool wooden stem. Look at how tall this guy is. And look at all the roots. You can tell it was grown in a greenhouse by all the roots. Like seriously, look at this guy. Look at this guy. It wants out of this pot so bad. So I'm gonna put it in a nice big pot, put it in the sunlight, and it's like, this is actually shading me from the lights in the room. It's crazy how big this is. And this wasn't even the biggest specimen they have. I wanted a smaller specimen because I don't have like a ton of room on my deck. They had specimens that were like twice this height that again were $15.50, like crazy. This was $15.50. And these leaves, they are soft, not as soft as the other one I have. But this one, the Sinningia is like the softest leaf I've ever felt in my life. This feels a little more, not sandpapery, but it feels a little bit more like a lamb's ear kind of. If you're familiar with the lamb's ear plant, it feels a little bit like that. It's definitely fuzzy, definitely soft, and I think it's stunning. It's a stunning plant. I'm blown away by it. It's going to be so cool. Even the trunk is kind of feels sandpapery. It's kind of cool, and it's square. It has a square stem. It's awesome. So that's my haul. I hope you enjoyed taking this trip with me to a local local greenhouse. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm losing my train of thought here. It was busy. It was really busy there. There's a lot of people. I had never heard of this place before. I just randomly saw a news article about the place, and I figured, hey, it was half hour away from me, so I might as well go check it out. And I ended up having a blast. It was great. The staff was really knowledgeable and helpful. They gave me some really great tips. And I'm really excited. I could have spent 3 times as much money. They had some amazing plants. A lot of their stuff was more for outdoor than indoor. And we rent, so I don't have a ton of place to plant outdoor plants. So I tend to just buy stuff for pots. And I don't have that many pots. So I'll take you on a tour of my pots maybe later on, so you can see them when it's prime summer and they're all doing really great. I'll take you on a tour of some of the stuff out there. But anyways, thanks a lot for joining me. If you liked this video, please like. And if you want to see more from me, please subscribe. I will do a video where I plant up some of this stuff into some new pots so you can see what I do when I repot stuff that I just bought. And yeah, if you have any tips, like I said, put it in the comments and say hi, and see you later, guys. Bye.